South Carolina head coach Chad Holbrook joins us. The Gamecocks improved to 8-0 on the year with today's 4-2 victory over Penn State. Coach, if you'll make an opening statement, and we'll open it up for questions.
Well, it was a good weekend for us. Obviously, I think that Penn State gave us all that we could handle today. I told their coach after the game, if we'd have played 15 more innings, I don't know if we would have scratched on Jack Anderson. That kid, I guess he's on that reliever list. He's one of the top relievers in the country for a reason. I saw why today. He was certainly tough to handle, but we did enough to win. Necessarily wasn't our best game of the year by any stretch, but we did enough to win. Taylor thought that maybe the biggest play in the game that'll kind of probably be forgotten was he was in a lot of trouble there in the first and kind of bowed his neck there and got a big double play ball. I guess a 5-3 double play there that kind of limited the damage, and that ultimately was a big difference in the game. So 3 good days for us. You got to win when you don't play your best ball to have a special season, and that's what I told the guys after the game. And I think Penn State will go on to have a really good year in their league, and they flashed some arms up there that were pretty good, and they competed at the plate. They were tough to strike out for the most part, and they certainly challenged us. So we move on to this week and look forward to playing Citadel on Tuesday.
Not that the other games haven't been close, but this was probably the most competitive game. Does it help you learn something about your team, especially going into a big week with Clemson kind of at the end? Well,
we need to be in some tight games. Baseball has a way of, you're going to have a lot of close games over the course of a 56-game season, and you like to see how your guys are going to react. And I love the way that Josh Reagan and Reed Scott threw. They were terrific. Heck, 4 1/3 between them with 1 hit, and that was the ball on a defensive play that maybe we could have made. So I mean, they were almost flawless in a tight game, and so that was good to see. And yeah, I mean, you're going to be in your fair share of tight games, and I think that it was good to see our guys react a little bit. They were into it, and our pitchers competed their tails off, at the end of the game, and that was good to see.
Coach, you touched on it already with Reed and then Josh Reagan. What have you seen from your bullpen this year that kind of gets you excited for what they can become?
Well, they throw strikes. Reed and Josh can change speeds, throw strikes, give you different looks, and we feel very comfortable with those 2 guys, and we feel very comfortable with Brandon Murray and Tyler Johnson too. And those guys could have come in and helped us win the game today. But Reed and Josh were so good, we didn't call their number. But that doesn't mean we won't call it in the future, because we have great confidence in those guys as well. So our bullpen has some depth, and we have some different arm angles and different sides of the rights and lefts and that kind of thing. So we can match up some guys. So that's encouraging.
Penn State got some good swings on Taylor. Any concern there?
Well, we had to kind of change a little bit in the middle innings there how he was going about getting them out, and he had to get ahead. They were hunting fastballs on him, and he wasn't throwing it by them, so we had to go to his changeup and breaking balls more and get ahead in the count that way, and then that made his fastball a little bit more effective. So. No, it's just one outing. I thought Taylor was very sharp last week. He may not have been as sharp today. And I think at the end of the day, the location of his fastball probably was what got him in some of the trouble that he got in. It wasn't necessarily the velocity of his fastball. His life was good, but he missed some spots over the middle of the plate, and they put some good swings on it. So I think the focus going forward for him is, commanding his fastball a little bit more. A little bit better.
Obviously, DC got off to a little bit of a slow start, but to see him start to heat up, how nice is that to see from one of your veterans?
Well, yeah, and he's got the respect of everybody in our locker room, and he plays such great defense. He's a steady and influence on our team, and he's just a guy. He's a guy that can help you win, and he certainly makes our team more formidable when he swings the bat. And it was good to see him get, I guess, 2 hits yesterday and 2 more today. And made a really nice play there in the hole, I guess, late in the game too. And yeah, he's when I'm in that dugout, I want the ball hit to him because I feel sure that he'll make about every play.
If you could update us on Marcus, and how did you think LT played it short in his stead?
Yeah, LT did fine. He only had one play, and he was caught in between on that play of whether making it a charge play or it was kind of in between, and I think he kind of got caught in the middle there. But he did fine. LT's going to be a really good player for us. Already is actually. I love having him in the lineup. He did fine. He didn't have. I think that was the only ball maybe he had hit at him. But I have utmost confidence in him playing shortstop, or second base, or third base, or first base. He'll handle himself fine. Mooney, we'll see how he feels tomorrow. This was more precautionary than it was anything else. If we were playing a league game, I would have played him today. But this early in the season, and the way that hamstring has lingered on him in the past, I didn't feel like it was worth the risk to play him today. He wanted to play, and I just wanted to be cautious because he's a very important part of our team.
Going on the road for the first time, and then obviously the series with Clemson, just how much do you feel like you'll learn about your team this week?
Well, I'm anxious to get on the bus on Tuesday and go play the Citadel. It's always a great environment down there. I think we're going to have great weather. I'm interested in seeing how our guys react to playing on the road. It's always a big game, and that's where our focus and attention is going to be. We've gone down there many times and been in a fight for our life. And I think one of the years we won the national championship, I think they hung a loss on us down there. So we need to be ready to play on Tuesday, and that's what I told our guys. 100% of our focus and attention is going to be on getting on that bus and go playing a great game against Citadel on Tuesday.
Will you start Adam on Tuesday, and if you do, will you go in with the mindset of having him available on the weekend as well?
Well, I feel certain that we will start him on Tuesday. I'll talk to Coach Myers about what our plan for the week is going to be. But right now we want to go down there and win on Tuesday. And Adam, is throwing the ball extremely well, and I think gives us a really good chance to, on the road. But it's going to be his first road game too as a freshman, so I'm interested to see how he reacts. But yeah, I don't know what his pitch count will be. I'm going to talk to Coach Myers, and we'll formulate a plan for his pitching staff after he evaluates and watches the tape of how his guys threw this weekend, or our guys threw this weekend, and and see if we need to, make any adjustments or anything like that. But right now I feel good about our pitching staff. I mean, we're sitting here 8-0. We've thrown the ball very well. Our numbers are good, and I feel good. I feel good about getting off, getting on the bus and going to play in Citadel on Tuesday. I think our bullpen's pretty fresh for the most part. Our starters hadn't been extended much, and it's been a group effort down there.
I know we've talked about John a lot, but getting on base every at bat this weekend for the first time since at least '97, just how hard is that to do?
Well, it's not easy. He's had an incredible run. He's just looking at the ball so good, and he's very, very patient. And they don't throw the ball in there for him, he's going to take it. And he'll take his walks and set the table for someone else. And and he's a matchup issue with the opponent because he's a switch hitter. So he's a big physical guy, works hard in the weight room, loves to hit, and he's got great knowledge and a great approach up there. So I'm not saying anything to that kid. Just let him keep playing and putting him in that 3-hole and see if he can keep driving in runs for us.
Any other questions for Coach Holbrook?
Thank you.